Hi, this is Satish Paryada here. Hope you're all doing well. Today's topic is going to be about weight loss, fat loss, belly fat. The one most question I come across is how do I lose weight, how do I lose fat, how do I lose my belly fat? To be honest, a lot of people don't have any structure. They don't even know where the starting point is. The starting point being your maintenance calories, just the amount of calories that are required to maintain the same body weight where you are. That's also in fitness terms called total daily energy expenditure. To kind of know that maintenance, we kind of calculate the BMR and activity. I'll elaborate that more. First of all, it's all about calories in and calories out. Calories input and calories output, your food consumption and expenditure. If you have this right ratio, that's your maintenance calories. And if you want to kind of lose, you've got to create a deficit from your maintenance. You've got to create a deficit that's also called as negative energy balance. So first of all, the starting point where your maintenance, how do you calculate, how do you know how much calories you need every day, right? To do that, we need to get our BMR, which is your basic metabolic rate, also known as your resting metabolic rate. The body has to go through certain bodily functions, even at rest, like your endocrine system, your heart, you got to work, your brain's got to work, your muscles have to be maintained. So for that, your body has to have certain amount of calories every day. That's going to be multiplied by your physical activity. Physical activity for person to person, it changes. What is physical activity? It consists of two. Your exercise active thermogenesis and your non-exercise active thermogenesis. Exercise active thermogenesis is something where you actually do something physically in the gym or some kind of exercise. Non-exercise active thermogenesis is something like you walk around, stand up, burn calories by being slightly active. So that's BMR multiplied by physical activity. You'll be probably falling into one of these categories. If you're sedentary, your BMR is multiplied by 1.2. If you're a little active, your BMR is multiplied by 1.375. Moderately active, your BMR is multiplied by 1.5. And if you're highly active, someone who actually goes to the gym and very active during the day, multiplied by 1.725, and then someone like an athlete or a sportsman multiplied by 1.9. How do you calculate your BMR? There's a Harris and Benedict law, which I'm going to put it in right up, which is being used across the world to calculate the BMR. The other easiest method could be getting your analysis done, and it will give you a BMR. Once you know the maintenance calories, now we need to create a deficit. We know your physical activity. Deficit can be created through two means. One, eating less, consuming less food, and raising your expenditure. So we know our physical activity, right? So we need to create a little deficit from the food we are eating. There are three things, or many things, but the way I would see it, three things. Somewhere around 300 calories, creating a little, eating less food, creating a deficit of 300, which is happy, healthy, and then it could take a little long term, but you don't really need to be very restrictive about. The other, which is slightly aggressive, is 500 calories deficit every day, which needs a lot of consistency, and if you're doing it the right way, you could be losing a half kilo a week. That's from a right, that's coming from a right weight, from fat instead of your fat-free mass. Something like a lot of people do when they want to lose their body weight, they do a lot more calorie cutting, aggressive and starvation diets, which is very restrictive, stressful, nutritionally deficient, a lot of health complications. You don't want to really do that. So somewhere around between 300 to 500 is ideal. But once you create a deficit, obviously that's going to be energy thermodynamics, where once you create a deficit, you'll be losing. But the second most main factor in the process of fat loss, healthy weight loss also called, would be a macro split. What is macros? Macros are your food consumed in larger quantities. Right? Your protein, carbohydrates, and fat. These are the main three macros. The other two macros that come are your water and your alcohol, because we do consume in larger quantities, if at all you're an alcohol consumer. So we're not going to talk about the water and alcohol there, but these three, striking a right balance ratio between these three is going to be the key. Protein is going to be a growth and repair macro, very, very important for you to kind of preserve the muscles. Carbohydrates, your body's preferred fuel form. Fat, and again, is a fuel form. which is also very helpful in hormone production and protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Lots and lot of people, they do the deficit, but they don't know what the ratio is. That's where they go wrong. They underread one macro group and they overeat on one macro group, which affects their performance, repair, growth, your endocrine system, your hormone production. They're all not properly done. So what's the exact macro ratio? It all depends on your energy requirements, gender, age, activity, and tolerance. Lots and lots of people go wrong here. They consume less protein and they consume more carbohydrates, and they don't have a right ratio. When you're ingesting a lot of carbohydrates, carbohydrates is nothing but fuel. If you don't use them, you're going to store them. Use them or store them. Store as what? Body fat. And that's why body fat, we will increase our body fat. Where does it show up? It shows up in your tummy, it shows up in your other body. So to strike the right body composition, you need to strike the right balance between your protein, carbohydrates, and fat. Yes, when you're in the deficit, you lose. But in that deficit, if you're eating less protein than your normal requirement, then you'll be losing muscle. If you're eating more carbohydrates in the deficit, you'll be gaining fats. And once you create a deficit, obviously the weight loss is happening. But if you combine the deficit with your macro split, we're looking at a fat loss instead of the weight loss. Right? On that note, Satish Paryada signing out. Thank you.